Hello everyone, Raymond Moore, Kilted Prepper. How's everybody doing this morning? I'm out here outside. It's a smidge windy. So if you hear the wind or something like that, then, just understand that the wind is blowing and everything like that. So, but it's a beautiful day today, and going to work hard at getting some number of things that I want to get done today. I know one thing we're doing is, Freddie's got some mats, so we got to take him to the beauty salon and things. But, you know, do me a favor. If you're new here, you're watching this channel for the first time and everything, like, subscribe, share, and then just ring that little bell so you get notified whenever we have new videos or I go live. I got the dogs around me here today. They're kind of driving me nuts. They're being needy right now and wanting some attention and stuff. So you see me over here scratching a dog or something like that, just that's what I'm doing. But today, interesting topic, and I thought it was very good. Hey, Angry Taco, just grab my coffee. Good job, bro. I just grabbed mine. But today's topic is the world, or actually the U.S., is going to feel extreme pain. But the key is, how much pain are you going to feel? And believe it or not, you are in control of how much of that pain you are going to experience. And it's interesting, probably about a month or two ago, I started really doing some research into the Great Depression. And, we hear a lot about of it, and, we hear how bad it was and everything, but I really wanted firsthand experience. My mom is a depression era child, and so I've learned a lot from her. But one of the things that, she remembers, not throwing away aluminum foil and keeping the paper on your butter, and I mean just a lot of these frugal sort of things. From her, I think she learned frugality, and so a lot of my frugality or such comes from her. But it was interesting. I was talking to a gentleman at church. His name is Marshall. That's right, Marshall. And he's 96 years old. And so or 97, excuse me, 97 years old. So he remembers, growing up during the Great Depression and things. And it was really great. I spent probably about a half hour, 45 minutes with him after church one day, and I was really talking to him and asking him, what was it like growing up during the Great Depression? And he just started smiling and everything, and he says, you know what? He says, our family didn't really feel it that much. He says, yeah, we knew things were bad. Yeah, we knew things were tough, so forth and so on. But he was telling me that his family didn't feel it that much. And I asked him, well, why? Why didn't you feel it that much? And he said his parents kind of really worked hard to ensure there's always food on the table. He remembers that his dad kind of had like a second alternative income. He also mentioned that his mom, way that she would bring in some extra money and everything, call it egg money or milk money or something like that, is that she was a seamstress. She would sew. And so she was sewing and, doing things like that. And so they were doing everything they can. I asked him, did they have a garden? He says, yes, they had a garden. They had some chickens. I don't think he had rabbits. I can't remember if he mentioned that or not, or some sort of livestock. But he does remember that they had chickens and everything like that. So basically, what he said is that, we felt it and we felt the pain. He says, but the pain wasn't as bad as other people, and he remembers quite distinctively other people feeling the pain and going through hard times and everything. And I asked him, why do you, what makes you so different versus some of these other people that that experienced the pain? And he didn't really come out and say he was a prepper or they were preppers or anything. Back then, that was just what they did. And he's just my parents just did everything that they could to make sure that we didn't feel as much pain as other people. And the thing is that, and I've been warning you guys like crazy, is that in 10 days we got BRICS coming. BRICS is going to be a world changer. Is it going to happen right away? We don't know. I think there's going to be some little shakeups here and there and everything, but it's going to be a world changer. And if it changes the world the way that I expect it to change, then it's going to happen relatively fast. And I'm not saying overnight fast. I'm saying, weeks to months. I think that we're going to start feeling those effects drastically. We're looking at more bank failures. And so we're also looking at food shortages. We're looking at, more and more unemployment, more and more government spending on stupid crap instead of taking care of, America first and everything like that. The U.S. is going to start feeling extreme pain. But what you do, you have complete control over how much pain are you going to feel. Now, I'm going to insult some folks out here, and it's interesting because I talk to a lot of people, and when I go to these conferences or I go speak somewhere or something like that, and I'm finding, and don't get offended if you feel like you're in this section or something like that. But, there's what we call normies. These are the normal people, the masses that are not awake yet and everything. But I'm starting to discover a group of people, and I'm going to call them normie preppers. They're kind of going with the flow and everything like that. And yet they're kind of prepping. And they've got their 30 days, they bought those Patriot Supply, 7-day meals or 3-day meals or whatever, and they think they're good, and, they've done a little bit here. They basically have dabbled. They've dabbled in the prepper arena. And so I'm calling these people normie preppers. And believe it or not, there's quite a few out there. And I think that these sort of people are going to feel a lot of pain. And the reason is because they're just kind of dabbling. They're sticking their toe in the water. They're thinking that, I just have this covered here. I'm just doing the bare minimum and all that other stuff. And I think that they're basically setting themselves up to feel the extreme pain. And, what we need to do as true dedicated preppers is prep in the whole arena. Because when talking to Marshall, it sounded like his family really prepped in the whole arena, and some of the things that you can do, and I know you guys know this, but really look at your food preps and your food, water, medicine preps or whatever it is, and really look at how much have you truly prepped, and then look at the holes. A lot of people count calories, and I don't. I look at meals. How many meals does my pantry hold? And so I'm constantly looking at meals and everything. And by doing that, at least I kind of have some days or months or however many meals I have, how much time frame I have in food. And by doing that, you start discovering your holes. Now, one of the things that I think everybody is lacking on is protein. And what are you doing to ensure your protein? What do you got on hand to make sure that your protein is covered and everything? And how many meals of protein do you have? And so I look at that. Other things, and this is something that I've been talking a lot about this week, is mental preparedness. Because a lot of people out there, they're really great. They have their beans, bullets, and band-aids. But, what are they doing to prepare their brain? What are they doing there? What are they doing to prepare their body? What are they doing to prepare their being or their spirituality or, that? And then also, what are they doing to prepare their balance or their relationships? And are they, working there? And I think it's very important that we as preppers, so that we stay out of the normie prepper arena and really get into the dedicated, we're not going to feel pain arena, and really start searching these holes. And then, again, like I said, look over your preps. What holes can you fill? How many meals do you realistically have? And another thing, and this is another reason I don't like calorie counting and everything, is because during hard times we are going to be working a lot. We're going to be outside. We're going to be, doing a lot of physical labor and or whatever, just because. Are these meals realistically going to feed you, keep you healthy, and so forth during hard times when your body really needs it? And so really start searching for those pantry holes and start filling them, and maybe even just overstocking on some stuff and everything like that too. So by doing that, you're going to have your pantry pretty well filled up. Look over your meds. What meds do you have? What stuff do you foresee that might happen? If you're someone who has allergies a lot, do you have a lot of allergy medicine or something? Say you have a lot of, what is it? Heartburn and everything. Do you have a lot of heartburn medicine on? A lot of Tums and such. So you want to really look at your meds. Same thing with, your bullets. Are you fully stocked on those? What are your weapons looking like? What if all these are? Can you, have enough to hunt with and stuff? Fishing gear. I'm a big proponent of fishing. That's free protein. And, so start filling in these holes, but then start working also of preparing you mentally. Start feeding your brain. Get up every morning, find a good book, or find something to read that will help motivate you and make your brain strong. I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins. I'm a big fan of Dean Graziosi. I'm a big fan of several other folks. I've been showing you guys these books and everything. So, if you've been watching my channel, you know what I'm reading and so forth. So really start feeding your brain some of this information so that you maintain a positive outlook. Because if you're feeding your brain positivity, and I'm not some positive thinking person, I'm not going to go out to the garden and say, no more weeds, no more weeds, no more weeds. Weeds are going to grow. And so it's, you're not going to be doing that. What I do, Sergeant Big Run, hey bud, how you doing? So I'm not a big positive thinking person. But I do believe in outweighing the positivity with the negativity. And we surround ourselves so much with negative news because we have to. We want to stay ahead of the curve. We want to know what's coming down the path. We want to see what's on the horizon. And so we need to stay on top of that news. That news, if we just feed our brains that news all the time, it's that old adage, garbage in, garbage out. If you're feeding yourself a lot of negativity, you're going to excel or have out a lot of negativity. And so what you need to do is balance that out. And that's why I say, feed your brain and, start reading books by Tony Robbins or Dean Graziosi, or find some sort of, self-help, motivating sort of thing around that you enjoy, and start reading that. If you're not a big reader, then start watching videos. That's something I do, is I actually watch videos in the morning. And so I watch a lot of Tony Robbins in the morning and everything. It's what kind of gets my day going. I'm doing my core 4. And, so that's part of my core 4 and everything. But feed your brain, and then do something with your body. Feed your body. If anything, do some push-ups against the wall, get that blood flowing. You would be amazed how great you feel. I do a priming exercise where I do some pretty, heavy breathing things, and then I stop for a moment, and but I do like 3 sets of 30 of those just to kind of get my brain going. And when you're sucking in that much oxygen and stuff like that, your body starts to tingle, your body starts feeling good, it starts feeling awake and everything. And this is why I do these things in the morning. And then what I do also is I journal. I meditate using a website called Headspace. I read my Bible. I sit there, and when I journal, because a lot of people are like, oh, how do you journal, man? And I got to write a diary and everything. No, when I journal, what I'm doing is basically writing down me talking to God, or me talking to myself. And It's like, hey, Ray, listen, you really need to get off your butt and start planting some radishes. And, why am I procrastinating on planting radishes? Why am I being so lazy and everything? And I mean, planting radishes are super easy to do. So why don't I get my butt out there? I'll journal that. Why am I not doing this? Why? And when you journal these things, when you're putting it down in writing, all of a sudden ideas come to your head. It's like, oh, wow, well, I'm not doing it because of this, or I'm not doing it because of that. Hey, Paladin. Hey, Joan. Hey, Angry. I already said hi to you, Angry. Coffee. But in spirituality, if you're not feeding your spirit, preparing your spirit, then you're going to have a hard time with that. And then also your balance. Balance is your relationships. If you're not preparing your relationships, if you're not cementing that relationship with your spouse and everything like that, your spouse is your greatest asset. And together you guys can accomplish so much and basically win the world, because you guys are a united front moving forward. And then on top of that, what are you doing to create an alternate form of income? Let's add another B, business. So what are you doing to create an alternate form of income? Because again, doing a lot of research during the Great Depression, a lot of people lost their jobs, and jobs were very hard to come by. And so what are you doing to create an alternate form of income? What are you doing to create cash flow? And again, with Marshall's parents, his dad worked, but he said he had something, he did something on the side. He really didn't say what. But I do remember him saying that his mom would do seamstress stuff. She would work on people's, kids' clothes or this or that, but she would repair clothes, but she was sewing. And so that's what also brought in a little of that income and everything. And then also, I think they were selling eggs. He was saying something about eggs. And, but alternate forms of income is important. So adding another B, business. And people, when they hear that word business, they instantly run away and everything like that. But we're going to have to start getting into the mindset that our jobs may not be there anymore. And that's just a fact. That's a historical fact. Again, researching the Great Depression, so many people lost their jobs. And when a person had a job, it was a big deal. And that person was very lucky to have a job. So, really start looking at alternate forms of income. Some of the things that I do, I'm an Amazon affiliate. I make money that way. I work with Thrive Life that makes survival food. I work with Patriot Switch that has, over 500 consumer goods that we use every day and everything. I really look at things for a side hustle or a side business and everything as something that would fit seamlessly into what I'm doing already. Since I'm already talking about survival and survival food and prepping and everything, Thrive Life is a great business for me because I'm already talking about it and everything. And so I just tell people, hey, go check out thrivelife.com/more and, get your survival food there. Or if I'm, if I, again, with like Patriot Switch, I know that people are going to need their toilet bowl cleaner and their baby wipes and their acetaminophen, a lot of their, everyday items that so many of us don't even think about. And so that's a good hole, or that's a good thing for me to use as a business and everything. I look at what people need, and then that's what I bring in as a business. And so I've created multiple streams of cash flow so that I have money coming in. And then I'm always looking for more opportunity, more things to do, more things to sell. And it's like pistons in an engine. The more pistons that you have working for you, the faster your car goes. So if you only have one piston going for you, your car is not going to go very much. And also, if your piston is down, you're not making money. You're only making money when your piston's up. And so these are a lot of things that you need to think about. And so start looking at alternate forms of income too, because like it or not, you are in control of how much pain you and your family are going to feel when the U.S. starts feeling this extreme pain. And I think this extreme pain is going to start taking place rather quickly here, because we just have so many things. We have so many perfect storms sitting out there just waiting to rain down on us and suck the energy out of us. And if we are not totally prepared with beans, bullets, band-aids, and if we are not totally prepared with brain, body being in balance and business, then we're going to be feeling a lot of pain. And so we are in control of how much pain we are going to feel. And if you're doing like what I'm doing and covering all these avenues and everything, is what I'm trying to teach you guys here, is to cover all these things, the pain you're going to feel is going to be greatly diminished. And so by doing all these things, beans, bullets, band-aids, brain, body being balance and business, you're going to be feeling you're doing pretty good. You're recovering all these holes. You're going to be having a way. And so you're going to be doing like what Marshall's family did, is kind of sailing through the Great Depression. And yeah, was it tough? But they didn't feel that much pain because they covered all the bases. And so that's my challenge to you guys, is do everything that you can. I'm really working hard at helping you and giving you guys tips and tricks and all these other things of what to start to do. In fact, tonight, our Saturday Night Live, again, I'm going to be teaching or talking or whatever, and I'll post what I'm going to be talking about a little bit later. Keep an eye out for it. But join me tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, and we spend about an hour just sitting there yapping and talking, and I'm really trying to share as many nuggets of information with you as that I can to help better you and your preps, you and your family, and help you diminish the pain that is coming towards us. So that's everything. If you're new to this channel, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share, and ring that little bell. And anytime I do a live video or something, post a new video, you'll be notified. And then do me a favor right this moment, give me a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up right now. Click that little thumb, and help me raise this channel and such. Share this channel with everybody and help me grow this channel. My goal is to really help the prepper arena, because we know crap is coming down the road big time, and the more of us that are totally, completely ready, and we're not going to be feeling so much pain. Whereas the normies and the normie preppers and all these other people that are just kind of, going along, going with the flow, they're going to be screwed, blued, and tattooed. And so you need to make a decision. How much screwed, blued, and tattooed are you going to feel? So that's everything for this Saturday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Thank you for having me be part of a wonderful community. And we'll see you. Goodbye. God bless. And till dawn.